So have you gotten any rewards from helium mining? I certainly haven't in the past 5 days. I'm rocking a Bobcat and I know there's some issues with it, and I'm frankly getting fed up, which is why we did a live stream about it. Anyway, let's talk about how we can at least sync our miners a little bit quicker while the network gets their crap together. Stay tuned.
Nerdy dude stuff.
For those of you keeping track at home, today's beer of the day is a Sun Squishy IPA. This is locally brewed here in Florida at Sun Creek Brewery, about 30 minutes from my house. This is an IPA that is clear filtered, 7% alcohol by volume. It's got some nice citra hops for a citrus flavor with a little bit of strawberry to give it a little bit of a bitterness on the back end. Not too bad for a local brew. Cheers to you guys. What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to another video about cryptocurrency and helium mining. For those of you just experiencing this wonderful channel for the first time, please consider a moment to subscribe and turn on the bell notifications as we post videos weekly and try to do a stream every Monday. Just a reminder, we do have our first meetup event taking place on September the 22nd. That's next Wednesday at PaddyWagon Irish Pub at 8 p.m. If you're in the area and it's not too far of a drive to come and hang out and have a beer and talk about cryptocurrency and helium mining, I encourage you to stop by. There will be a nerdy beer on draft where you mention it to the bartender and you can get a discount on your pint. We will be also bringing a laptop and connecting it to their Wi-Fi so you guys can tell me your miners live in person and we can look over them together while having a brew together. So I hope to see you guys there. Information is in the description of this video. In our last video, we did a 5 Algorand giveaway where I said if you spot the drink of the day and you tell me the timestamp and you put your Algorand address in your comment, you'll have a chance to win 5 Algorand. So everyone did. You found it at exactly 10:02 into the video. I did take a sip of Blackberry White Claw. So let's go ahead and pull a winner while we do this video. And then after, I will send the winner their 5 Algorand. So we have our random comment picker. We're going to post our video URL. And then we're going to filter all those comments by everyone that said White Claw. If some people said White Space Claw, some people said White Claw. So we're just going to put in Claw. And that's going to generate us 28 entrants. We have right here 28. We're going to do a completely random comment, and to win, you must have the drink, which obviously we're looking by Claw, and your Algorand address in this comment. So let's see. One lucky winner. Who do we have here? And we've got Frederick Taylor, 1002 to 1003, Blackberry White Claw. You got the exact flavor and everything. Everyone else was saying black cherry, which is I understand because of the coloring, and then there's your Algo address. So congratulations to you. Thank you very much for participating in the giveaway. Without further ado, let's get into how to fix some issues with syncing on your Bobcat miner. I have my account pulled up right here, and in the past 24 hours, we have barely only made 14 cents, 0.007. I feel like that's pity points right there. If we look at the past 7 days, you could see that I've gone 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days without receiving any helium mining rewards, with the exception of them being like 0.01, 0.01. But I'm going to say I haven't received any because those are pity points. We did a stream yesterday where we were figuring out how to get our miner to finish syncing. And finally, after doing this little trick that we're going to be going over here, my miner is done syncing. It does say synced. Everything's good to go. This one's been knocked out for a while. And then this one down here knocked out of sync earlier this morning, and it plopped back in. So we are good to go on that one as well. Other than that, with everything being synced, now we just have to wait for the damn network. According to Helium, there's been some issues with miners that are currently on the same internet service provider within a certain area. And that certainly seems to be the case with at least my 2 miners here and my neighbor miner right here, that we are all on the Spectrum internet service provider and we are having issues. So hopefully they can resolve that. But we're sitting here not making any helium, and that's driving me nuts because this is crypto and passive income, and we're not going to see anything in return for our past 5 days. I certainly don't expect Helium to come back and say, we're so sorry about this, let's send 5 helium to every single miner that had issues. So that's really a super big freaking bummer. Luckily, if you're sitting there and your miner hasn't synced, there is a solution to that, and I'm going to show you it's step by step here on screen. We're just going to get right into it. I'm going to link this Reddit post in the description of this video, and this was shared with me on our live stream yesterday, but it's really simple. You guys can read through it. I'm not going to read it word for word or anything like that. I'm just going to go through the steps and procedures that you need to do, and you can try to recreate them. Now, the very first thing that we want to do is make sure that we have a computer that's hooked up to our network, whether our phone, our computer, but you really want a computer. And if you have a Mac, I'm sorry, this isn't going to apply for you. But you're first going to want to find out the IP address for the Helium miner that's on your network. Now, I have a Nighthawk Netgear, so there's an actual app I have on my phone where I can just go on and look at all the attached devices and get their IP address. Other ways you can do that is if you log into the IP address for your router or your modem directly on your browser, you can pull it up as well. Lucky for me, the Nighthawks, where do I have it hidden? The Netgear has an entire login here where we can just pull up this whole entire app. You go to routerlogin.net, and you do your admin and your password, and you log in, and then you can click on attached devices, and it's going to go through an IP address of every single device attached. So the number one thing you want to do first is get the IP address for your Helium miner. Once you have that Helium address, you're going to have two options. We're going to go through the first and quickest option under the command prompt. So what you want to go down is to the search bar down here and just type in CMD, and you're going to get command prompt, pull that up right here. And then on top of that, you're going to want to make sure you have your IP address, and then you are going to want to go into this Reddit post and copy and paste this line that starts with curl-user bobcat miner request blah, 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 blah. You're going to want to copy that. And then you want to go back into your command prompt, and then you're going to want to paste that here. And then you're going to want to use your arrow and back out all the way over to the less than, greater than, equal sign, less than, greater than signs, and you want to start deleting out your IP address and the less than and greater than sign, and then you're going to want to post your IP address. Obviously, this one's not going to be mine, but you're going to want to post your IP address there. Once you have done that, you want to hit enter. As soon as you hit enter, you're going to have the little blinky underscore down here underneath this command line. And if there's no text, let it sit. Go get a drink. Go have a sip of beer. Go stare out the window. Do whatever. But you want to let that sit. After, it's going to come back in a few minutes and say, rebooting your Bobcat miner. Don't power it off. And then you're going to be good to go. And it's going to help and push through that fast sync rate here. That's how you're going to be able to do this through the command prompt. The other way you're going to be able to do this, and then after everything is all done, you'll have it go back to the blinky, the original screen that we saw earlier, which was, you'll have that line up there. It'll say it's synced, or fast syncing, don't turn it off. And then once upon completion, you'll have your initial command prompt right here where it says users and your name, and then you're good to go from there. The other method you can do is you can go into your browser and you can type in your IP address for that miner. So once you get the IP address, you type in the IP address up at the top, and then you log into this little dashboard. You can see right here, this is my miner, Brief Taupe Fox. We have tons of options here. We've got temperature, sync, miner, 5S miner slowdown, explorer, Helium API, onboarding, net speed, resync miner, reset miner, reboot miner, blockchain height, Bobcat OTA, update, troubleshooting, and fast sync. You can do a couple of things here. So I'm going to click on sync right now because we have already done all of this process here, and we're going to see what the sync status says. Right now, it's saying it's still syncing. It's at 1,764 behind, which is a little better than what we were on stream. Miner height, blah, 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 blah. So we had rebooted the router earlier. We have the green light, and now we are going to turn on fast syncing. So we're going to go down here to fast sync alpha. Hit OK. You're going to then need to type OK. You're going to need to type I space agree as you see it there. Hit OK. And then the miner is syncing right now. The LED light will turn yellow. You can close this page and wait. What might happen is you might get a admin and password, or a login and password for the router on screen. It's very, very simple. If you go back to your command prompt, you can see that the user is Bobcat and the password is going to be miner. So once again, if you ask to log in on your screen here, your username is Bobcat and the password is miner, all lowercase. And hopefully that gets everything going and puts everything back in place for you. I just had fast sync turned back on because it said it wasn't synced in there, but you saw that I got the green light on my miner, and I'm hoping that everything gets pushed through and we get back into the network. Now, yesterday while I was streaming, I did see a Helium Network Status Twitter account that actually is super far behind, so I wouldn't rely entirely on that. And this isn't affecting everybody. This is only affecting pretty much people with Bobcats. So we did our stream yesterday, and we were looking at some Cal chips, and we were looking at some Nebras, and we were looking at some other, blah, 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 link dots and all that stuff, and they were still getting rewards. Whereas Bobcats like this guy as well, he hasn't really seen any rewards in the past week, just like myself. And that is driving me bonkers. So, anywho, that's going to do it for me today, guys. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, please go into the description of this video and scroll down and find the Discord, the Telegram, which I really don't use Telegram for a Nerdy Dude Stuff group, but there is a Nerdy Dude Stuff Discord you can join, and you can reach out to me there, and I have a bunch of people that will respond as well. You can always reach out to me on Twitter. While you're on Twitter, go ahead and consider giving me a follow over there, or you can just leave a comment below, and I'll do my best to respond to you. We are currently waiting on a deeper miner to come in today, and then we're going to be doing an unboxing video, and we will be pretty much off the YouTubes for the next 5 days. So just make sure you have that bell note turned on, and that way you can get an update, because I am going to record another video today for deeper and just upload that tomorrow. Otherwise, like, comment, subscribe, turn on the bell notification, all that good stuff. I hope to see some of you guys at the meetup. Other than that, we'll see you next time. I forgot to tell you my name in the closing, but you all know it. I'm O'Prius. We'll see you next time. Give me a reason to drink more beer anyway.